I've been called these things before. They ping off me like bullets. Not true. A bullet would pierce through me and kill me. It pings off me like you throwing a piece of paper. Simon Miller, the bald a-hole here, and what a great day it is to be alive. Because last night I was just hanging around, minding my own business, playing some Nintendo. Not true. If you know the reference, you know the reference. If you know the quote, you know the quote. But all of a sudden, people on Twitter, cheap plug at Simon316, started tweeting me, "Got Miller, I can't believe it. Have you seen? Have you seen?" And I was like, what have I done? I started to panic. Like, oh no. What's gone down? But as it turned out, my one and only coach, Mr. Greg Doucette, had done a video. He'd done a Natty Or Not video about me. Now, I don't even care. You can call me a nerd, you can call me a mark, you can call me a geek, you can call me a loser. I've been called these things before. They ping off me like bullets. Not true. A bullet would pierce through me and kill me. It pings off me like you throwing a piece of paper. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Because let's not pretend that Greg Doucette doesn't have this crazy platform, and for him to sit down and go, you know what, I'm going to talk about some random bald a-hole just sat in his house in the UK. It meant a lot to me and I appreciate it. And also, he has now answered the question. He is the man when it comes to stuff like this. You cannot argue it. You can try. So let's find out. Drum roll, Gerald. Doesn't work. Fitness mascot, bitch. Does Greg Doucette think I'm natural or not?
Simon Miller, I literally, actually, honestly believe that he's natural. I might be wrong. I don't know for sure. I just think he is. And as any Natty or Not video, I'm not always right. I say my opinion. I say what I think. And I think he's actually natural. And I'm not saying that because he has a bad physique. He actually has a very good physique. He's not shredded. He's healthy. You know, a healthy body with a lot of muscle looks to be very strong. I feel like this is the kind of body that you can attain with elite level genetics. Really good genetics, hard work, training for years. That is the kind of build that you can have.
He said no. So there you go. We can put it to bed. The comments won't because the comments do their thing. But I thought, what a lovely thing to say. Like, I'm not going to pretend that I don't massively respect Greg Doucette, especially when it comes to lifting weight and fitness. Look at the guy. Like, look at the guy. I don't care what he's done or what he may do in the future. That is a picture of hard work, dedication, and consistency. The three things we talk about here on the channel all the time, and a damn good diet. And for him taking all of his knowledge and saying that, there's the hard work thing I'm referencing here. To say that my physique is down to just hard work and perseverance, I was like, man, what a lovely pat on the back. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm getting told, Simon, you're such a piece of crap. I hate you. I hope you die. And I'm like, it's a very strange one. Like if a genie popped up and went, you have 3 wishes and you could wish for money or the love of your life or going to Gibraltar, if Gibraltar is your dream holiday destination. And you go, you know what? I hope that Simon Miller dies. I think you're wasting your wish. And I think the genie would be very disappointed in you. But I did want to go through it, and I want to respond to a few things, because to be quite honest, again, call me a nerd, blah, 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 I was quite touched, especially with things like this.
I've watched Simon Miller, quite a few of his videos, and I agree with most of what he's saying. I like the advice he gives. I find he's very honest, and he's kind of like Coach Greg, except a lot nicer, and he doesn't scream a lot. He has more of a radio voice.
Because I think I've talked about it here before. One, always nice when people say good things about my voice. Little story for you. I used to get in trouble because of my voice. My laugh, I'm sure, I don't ever laugh properly on a video, but it used to be so loud that in my first proper job, it was like an L-shaped office, and I got moved to the end of the L, because that's, Simon, you're so loud. I don't mean to be loud. My voice just carries. It's kind of paid off for me now, given that I do all the YouTube stuff, and when you hear stuff like that, you're like, awesome. And I have a podcast. I have a wrestling podcast, cheap plug, Simon is Pro Wrestling Show. But, you know, when he goes on to say that he's watched my videos, and he thinks my advice is pretty good, that gives me so much confidence, because I thought about doing YouTube fitness for ages, but I never did it because I didn't know what I had to offer, and I wasn't 100% sure whether anybody was going to be buying what I was selling, like in that Resident Evil 4 dude with his big jacket. What are you buying? To get to the point now where we do have a little bit of momentum, and you've got guys that, you know, he's the guy, I said in the original video, he's one of the guys that pushed me over the edge to go, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do it, and if people don't like it, and people say horrible things, I'm used to that. I've been in this game a long time. To get that kind of affirmation and that kind of confidence, it's motivating and it's inspiring, and that's what the whole video did for me overall. It's like, you know what, I'm going to keep doing it because it was an exciting little thing. And I know some people will roll their eyes at that. I don't care, man. Life is all about jumping on the bandwagon and enjoying, not jumping on the bandwagon, jumping on the wagon and enjoying the little things in life. The dude's almost got a million subscribers. A million subscribers. Don't even get me into the YouTube game, where I talked about that as well. You start getting 10,000 average views on a video, and then within a month, 10,000's not enough. Imagine you could go to any manager or any promoter in the world and say, you put me in a venue and I can sell 10,000 tickets. They will kiss your feet. Especially right now in pandemic, they will get down and they will whip off your socks and they'll start kissing your feet. Now, you won't go with that person because you'll be like, I don't want you kissing my feet. You're an absolute loon. But with YouTube, 10,000 is not enough, and then 20,000 is not enough. 100,000 I think is always enough. I think when you're averaging 100,000 views, that's when it kind of all balances out. My point being, they're so nice to hear from somebody I look up to, which does tie into the last video. Don't look down on people. Don't look down. Look up. Be inspired, be motivated, go after your passion. What's the worst that can happen? You fail? Who cares? It will suck a little bit, but it's 1,000 times worse if you don't try.
That's crazy. Literally, me doing a Johnny Sins video, I know there was a lot of comments and stuff, but it's crazy. It's literally that many people are writing him to talk about the fact I did a Johnny Sins, and it actually helps his channel. That's unbelievable.
And that's true too. Like, I get a lot of Johnny Sins comments anyway, but when Greg Doucette did that Johnny Sins video, which is kind of how we wound up here, because I went and posted on his channel because I thought it was so funny. Because that's what happened. That's what I thought was happening this time. Because people go, oh, Simon and Greg Doucette made a video about you. And it was Johnny Sins. And I was like, you're so funny. No one's ever done that ever. And then it happened again. And this time it was real. So I'm enjoying this weird alternative reality that I've made for myself, where Greg Doucette, who is a YouTube star, that's definitely one of the things that he does, now knows about the weirdness I get with Johnny Sins and somewhat contributed towards it. Just absolutely nuts. So I just wanted to do that and touch on a few of those points, but I also thought it was a good stepping off point to talk about his Natty or Not videos. Now, the other day, he did do a video explaining why he does do these Natty or Not videos. I didn't think he needed to do that. His Natty or Not videos are really popular, and there's so much stuff on the internet where you can go, well, why the hell would anyone do that? And the answer is always, well, people are watching it. And if people are watching it, you're doing something's right. I do that with my channel. I go through all the stuff and I go, that video did well, so I'll do more of that. That one didn't do so well, so I'll make sure that, you know, I keep those few and far between. It does tie into the overwhelming fact that everybody, I actually had a video like this, but I scrapped it because I thought, you know what, I kind of done it in a weird way, and I thought, that's not my stuff. I felt like I was aping other people. We're all desperate to figure out who's doing drugs and who's not doing drugs and who's natural and who's not natural, where ultimately it just doesn't matter. But let's bring in Bob. Here's Bob. Bob's a lovely, lovely guy, but he does a bunch of steroids. Good for him. I just want to point that out as well. I think if you are going to do them, you should make sure you educate yourself first and certainly not do them too young. But I don't judge you for doing it at all. Like, I think you need to, it's your life and you need to make the decisions, be them good or bad, and then there'll be consequences, but you need to figure it out. However, the thing that I think we all need to break out of, and I include myself in this, not now, but when I was younger, is looking at people and going, that guy clearly does steroids, and therefore I'm not going to take an internal look at my own situation and try and figure out what I need to fix, because that's what I find people do. Maybe you've hit a training plateau, video coming soon about that, but maybe you hit a training plateau, maybe you've just got your diet wrong, maybe you're not training hard enough. Like, it could be one of many, many things. And instead of, again, dressing the stuff that you need to address to ensure that you can keep progressing and developing and evolution and all those words that we say when we go into the gym to get bigger, there's no point looking at other people and wondering what they're doing. Are steroids going to help you? Potentially, yes, if you do them right. But if the fundamentals aren't in place, you're screwed anyway. Let's take somebody like John Cena, right? I'm a big wrestling fan. John Cena once got asked, are you on steroids? And he basically said, well, I can tell you that I'm not, but you're going to think I am, and I can tell you that I am, and you're going to think that I'm not.
I can't tell you that I haven't, but you'll never be able to prove that I have.
Basically saying, why would I even waste my time on it? Now, let's say that he is on steroids, okay. Let's say he's not on steroids, okay. Go and watch some of the gym videos he puts up. He trains flipping hard, and he kicks ass, and he eats well. There's a video of him going around in his younger days where he's putting a bunch of stuff in a trolley, and it's all meat and chicken and veg and all this good stuff. He was also a bodybuilder back in the day, and you can just see from his physique that genetically he had this down, man. Muscles and him were always going to be in the best relationship ever. It would be like, literally can't think of anyone that's been together a long time. Tom Hanks and his wife. Where does that come from, brain? But it's like Tom Hanks and his wife, they ain't ever going to split up. So it means even if he did come up to you and go, hey man, here's my steroid regime, and you do the exact same thing as him, you're not going to look like him, so you're still going to be disappointed, and you're still going to be annoyed. So do not spend too much of your time worrying about who is and isn't doing a bunch of drugs, right? You could get two guys, right? Bog, the steroid junkie, who's now ruined it all, and we get Jeff, the guy that never does steroids. Bob and Jeff. It's like a kid's cartoon show. And Bob could be on absolutely everything and look terrible, and Jeff could be completely natural and look better. Because it all depends on all the fundamentals, like I say, going around their lives and what they're doing and what they're not doing. So you should have the conversation, of course. It's fun. It's entertaining, especially when it comes to actors, right? I do it all the time. You look at someone like Chris Hemsworth, who goes through these crazy transformations, and you wonder, is he on something? And he probably is, because he is a Hollywood actor. He's going to have the medical profession backing him up because he's in a privileged position. But so what? He still has to go to the gym. He still has to eat. He still has to do all of these things. I mean, never, on a side note, never buy into the nonsense they tell you when they go, I had to train for 7 hours a day. It's like, bro, you didn't need to. It's like this Instagram post going, I got up at 3:30. What time did you get up? It's like, 9. I never get up at 9, but 7. You don't have to get up at 3:30 and go to the gym. The only person that is suffering is you. But yes, do not get dragged down into that debate. It goes nowhere. It's endless. And let's say you're right about every single person. Every single person you think is on steroids. You still look in the mirror and go, well, I'm not very happy. Doesn't mean that you should do steroids. But again, it all comes down to this. I just think sometimes, and this is why I love this discussion through the magic of the internet that me and Greg Doucette has had, because it's been positive. And in the fitness YouTube community, there's a lot of negativity. And sometimes there should be. There's absolutely the time and the place for negativity when it's needed. And criticism is what I should say, constructive criticism. But it does go a little bit out of hand as well. So yeah, once again, thank you to Greg Doucette. You made my Thursday evening. You allowed me to make this video on Friday as well. I'm going to presume this is the end of the conversation because we can't keep playing YouTube tennis. But yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to keep watching your stuff. If you haven't checked out Greg Doucette, please go give him a click and a watch. And hey, look, you may not like his stuff. Much like a lot of people that maybe saw my name on his channel came over and went, I don't like this guy. He's a bald asshole. Not knowing that I've reclaimed that word and it doesn't get to me. But it was just great. It's remotivated me. I'm going to make sure that I really smash this channel as much as I can, and that the gyms are now reopened in the UK. It helped me with that as well. I don't know why. Brains are weird, and humans are even weirder. So yes, one last time, salute to Greg Doucette. I appreciate it. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding. Then you know when other videos are going live. Another video's on the screen right now. Give it a click. Stay with me. See if you like it with my radio voice. I'm going to smile about that till the end of the year, which is only 3 weeks away. I've got merch, simon.bigcartel.com. I've got Patreon, patreon.com/simon316. You can get a bunch of rewards, physical things. Instagram and Twitter at simon316. It's all in the description below. And otherwise, look, please have a great Friday if you're watching this day one. Have a great weekend. I don't know why I did that. Why do I touch it? It's like what am I doing? Stop it. See you soon.